In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to use Obsidian Canvas. I'm going to go through a full guide for beginners, how to get started, the best ways to use it, everything you need to know. So the first thing you need to do is actually go to the Obsidian website. It's obsidian.md and you can go to /download and you'll be able to download it. Now it's only available for Windows to download here, but you can download it on the Apple Store, Google Play, and some other methods down here below. But for here, you can just click and download for Windows. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to hit download and it's going to download here. Now something to quickly look into is the personal plan is actually free to use forever. And if you want to use it for commercial use, it's only $50 per year. So it's actually very affordable. Now they also have a few extra add-ons, early access, all that stuff that you can actually get here if you'd like to. But you can look into that yourself. I'm going to dive right into how to use it. Okay, so diving right into Obsidian itself now, you can see I have it open and there's a ton of different things that you can use on it. Now it's a little bit complicated to get started, but once you get the hang of it, it's very simple. So we can start off here by creating a new file. So you can either do Control N or just click this button here and it's going to create a new file. Now here you can type in a name. So I'm going to put file tutorial like that. Now this is going to be just a base text document that you can type in. So it's pretty simple. You can type whatever you want. Hello world. You can, add bullet points. But I think one of the main reasons you're here is so you can use the graph features. So to go ahead and use the canvas feature, I should say, you want to go to the top left here and there's a little button here that says create new canvas. So I can click that here. And it's going to create this canvas and it says drag from below or double click. So you can do that to, drag selections. You can do space and drag to pan around. So that's the space bar and drag. And you can do control and scroll to zoom in and out. Now, alternatively, if you want to drag around like this, you can press the middle mouse button, but I know a lot of people don't have that. So press space bar and drag and that will allow you to drag around. I'm going to zoom out a little bit there. So what we can do here, first of all, is we can go down here to where the card section is and we can drag to add a new card. So I'm going to drag this in here like this and I can type something in here. I'm going to call this card 1 idea, for example. Now what I can do here is I can resize this. I can go into here and edit it if I want to. I can even change the color here. So let's say I want to change the color to this one here. It looks pretty cool. Now I can do Control B, which will bold it. Now it has this these stars when you're editing it, but they won't be there when you're looking at it. So I've done Control I, so that will make it italic like this. So I can actually resize this like this, however I want to. What I can do now is I could drag another card in here. This is just a different color, and I could say idea 2. Again, I'll change the color. Over here as well, you can click here and this will be able to change the color based upon the hex code or whatever, whereas those ones are preset. So I can do this. I can make it a lot more customized in here. Now what I can do is I can go up to this card one we've created, and if I click on this little button here, I'm going to be able to click and drag it over here and I'll make a nice little line like that. I can click on this line. I can change the direction. I can have it so it's got lines on both sides. I can change it unidirectional, non-directional. I can change the color here. So if I want to change this, I can do that. And I can even press this little edit icon here. And what this edit icon allows me to do is put text on it. So I can put yes, for example. If you were doing some kind of flowchart, you could do yes. Now, as you can see, when I move this box around, the line actually moves with it, which is a pretty cool feature. But that's basically everything to do with the line tool. Now, what I can do down here is I can actually drag this in here, and this is going to be a note. So I can grab a note from one we've just created here. So we've got this file tutorial one we created a minute ago. I can click this in here and this is going to add this note into here like this. So it's pretty cool if you have a ton of different notes and you need to connect them all up. So I can now connect this note up to here if I want to and change the color. like that. And I can even double click and add some text. Do this. So that should give you an idea of how to use the note tool with it. Next thing to look at is the media tool here. So I can drag this in, and this is going to give me media. Now I haven't got any media in here yet, but if I was to add some media in here, say if I was to add some in here, then I would be able to drag the media into here, similar to how I just dragged this in here like that. Now, as I said, I can drag around like this. I can zoom in and out of my ideas, and it's sort of just like a mind mapping board. Now, if we go over to the left here, there's a few different options here. So we've got open quick switcher. So that just allows you to quickly switch between your files. Now, this is usually useful if you have a ton. You can just type in the name here and you'll be able to get to it quickly. You can open up graph view, which, you know, if you have a load of different files, you can look at them here. You can put filters. You can filter by group. You can change the display of them. You can animate it. You can change all of these different settings here for what you like. Now I can go over to daily notes. So if you press this, this is just going to put a date at the top and allow you just to write some daily notes here like that. The next thing we've got is insert template. Now, I don't have a template folder configured, but if you did have a template folder configured, it would allow you to have a ton of different templates from the Obsidian library, which you can take a look at. The next thing I want to show you, which will give you a lot more customization and freedom with Obsidian, is the plugin section. So if you go over to the settings down at the bottom, so all the way down here on the left, go to settings, you can go to the section here called core plugins. So this will allow you to turn on and off plugins. There's not that many by default here, but what you can do is you can go over here to community plugins and turn on community plugins. So basically these are plugins created by the community which will integrate directly into here, which will improve your experience. So I can turn on community plugins and I can actually now browse the community plugins. So here there are a ton of different plugins to use. So we've got mind maps, annotator, better world count. Really just go through here, and if you have any specific thing that you need, then you can find it on here and use it. So let's just try one here. I'm going to go ahead and find, let's say calendar. So if I click on it here, it's going to show me like a calendar view. So that's what this plugin does. It basically gives me a calendar view. If you click onto all of these, it usually gives you a little bit of a idea of what it's going to look like. So yeah, this is the template section I was talking about earlier. So you can actually have templates. You can have gits. You can have slides, which is pretty cool. So like a Google slide sort of thing, but except it's in Obsidian. But really, you can go through here and there's tons and tons of different things. We've got iconize. So this is basically adds icons to it. If I install this here, I'm now be able to change the icons on it. So really have a look through here, and there's a ton of different plugins. This is kind of where it's a game changer as opposed to an app like the Notes app on Apple, for example. But yeah, if you're not going to use these, I wouldn't bother using it, but have a look into these and see what you think. So for now, that's basically everything you need to know. There's a ton of different settings you can fiddle with in here, and I'm turning on this on here. There's a ton of different settings you can fiddle with, but yeah, customize it to your liking, and let me know if you have any questions or specific videos you want me to make. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it useful, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below that it helped.